It is Thursday, December 18th in the United States and Canada, Hanukkah, and this is What Chaos from the Sports Interaction Studio. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn, and across the room is Sean DePaz. Hello, boys. You enjoyed the Preds last night?
No,
I did not.
the Preds didn't enjoy the Preds last night.
Preds didn't enjoy the Preds.
Preds aren't exactly an enjoyable experience for anybody these days.
Yeah, I think as Sports Interaction goes, I think that we're more kind of like vibes guys than we are ace sharps, which I never want it to be. I don't want to come off as when we talk our picks and our bets, I don't want to sound too confident.
Listen, if you come here for financial advice from us, then that's on you, brother.
If you come here to learn anything but who we're going to tell you about today, the joke is on you, which is why sometimes we get serious on here and there's a time and a place, but
we got a show to do today, and we don't think about it tomorrow.
Exactly. That's the way to put it. Okay, for those who did not catch the game last night, the Predators lost. They'd won 7 of 3. We thought, hey, they're hot. Barry Trotz didn't say something, but we're saying he did. They're off to the moon.
Well, he did say something. He just didn't apparently say the thing that people are saying he said.
We are going to get into things, and I forgot to put it on today in the show, but it is in the rundown, and we will be doing it. But we are going to get to things that a head coach said.
We got accusations of The Big Short yesterday when talking about the Preds, and JP Grant said The Big Short if the housing market was totally fine.
That would be the best movie.
That would have been
It would be so
the exact
boring.
same thing, except just the housing market never crashes and they all just lose their money.
It's just like 6 guys lose their money and whatever. They'll just file for bankruptcy and they'll make it back on the next one because that's what those bros do.
And you get the scene of Margot Robbie in the bathtub and she's
Yep.
just like, these guys are idiots. They don't know what they're talking about.
Good movie.
Good movie. Great movie, I would say.
That is a great movie. I try to do it once a year, but
Really?
I have a very
an
soft
undertaking.
spot for movies that should not be, or any piece of media that should not be as interesting as it's made to be. There is
movie about
no
finance bros?
reason. Yeah, there's no reason for Better Call Saul to be interesting or good or considered one of the best shows ever. And Better Call Saul is one of the best shows ever because of how it's put together.
Burn. That's just your classic slow burn. And they do it better than anyone else.
Yeah, but The Big Short should not be an interesting movie.
I gotta look. The man's my nemesis, but I gotta tip my hat to Adam McKay. He did it.
Why is he your nemesis again?
He was a little bitch to me online one time.
Over what?
He was crying.
There's been a lot of people that have been little bitches to you online.
Yeah, but usually it's kind of a 2-player game. This was one when everyone was like, Adam McKay, why don't you sit this one out? And it felt good. It was something about it was over the Beatles, and he was being a real hardo about the Beatles. He was like, the Beatles are for white pretentious people to say how good they are. And I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely not that all their songs are fucking Beatles songs. And we got in a little fight, and then I understood kind of the point that he was trying to make, but I was like, for an expert storyteller, you're not telling the story right, man.
Listen, I'm how do I say this?
You
are a little bitch online sometimes, quite often,
of course.
and I think point firmly in your corner versus Adam McKay, which is something that I never expected to happen.
He should be. Look, I'm no expert in the field of communications, but it's I've kind of made my bones there,
Mm-hmm.
so I know my way to get a point across. I know
what makes you an expert? I would say you are.
Oh, I thought you were saying what makes you an expert. You're not. And I was going to say, Sean, I fucking said I wasn't.
No.
Don't kick me when I'm down.
I feel like I don't know.
I can get
what
my
makes you
point
an
across.
expert?
I can hold my own in an argument or a discussion, as I think most people can. So I'm not tooting my own horn. I should not be able to beat Adam McKay there.
Definitely
Adam
not.
McKay should be better at that than I am.
For sure, yeah.
Beatles are. I feel
Is
like
he a Will Ferrell merchant?
I feel like the Beatles are one
How
of
does
those
this
things.
affect Nathan McKinnon's hard candidacy?
It all comes back to that. I feel like the Beatles are one of those things that I have no time for the Beatles. Never have
Not
gone
yet.
out of my way. You say that, and I don't.
And
Sure.
you're now gonna
Same,
like
Sean.
avoid trying to get into them.
I never have, and the same with the Grateful Dead. It's just not the kind of music I have ever listened to. But you're not gonna catch me saying bad things about the Beatles. It's the Beatles.
Yeah, that's how
It's a losing
that's how I
battle.
feel.
Anytime you're trying to get on the internet to be like the Beatles suck, it's like, all right, dude. Even if you're right, you come off like a tryhard. And I don't know the context of this particular conversation. So
Yeah, I respect the hell out of the Beatles. I know that the Beatles are good. I know that the Beatles are great. it's just something hasn't clicked for me when it comes to my Beatles.
It's like
experience.
Elvis. If I hear an Elvis song, I'm like, that's fun.
I was about to say not yet, but every time I say not yet to you, you further put it on.
I
I'll
grew
tell
up-
you, Sean, you're gonna hate Elvis.
No,
so
I grew up. I grew
out.
up in an Elvis household, or not household, but my first ever cat was named Priscilla after Elvis's
hell yeah.
wife / child bride. And my aunt was like obsessed with. So I grew up around a lot of. I've seen Elvis movies and everything. No, I'm not gonna listen to his music, but you're not gonna hear me say bad things about Elvis the musician.
I know you smoke quite a bit of weed. Do you like smoke and then like intentionally listen to music?
I have before, not like always, but
Yeah.
I have before. If I'm like trying to vibe out, I'm either gonna have some like kind of like specific kinds of like hip hop R&B, or like it's just super basic, but like I'll listen to some Bob Marley. Like I'll do reggae while I love like Buffalo Soldier is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, like so. I don't often intentionally listen to music, and when DJ was trying to pitch the Beatles to me or like have my Beatles phase, he was suggesting that like I need to do that, sit down, just put on the Beatles and go through it.
Yeah, well, I'd said like get a little Stony Baloney
Yeah.
and toss these songs on.
Yeah, I mean I have plenty of Beatles exposure. I danced when I was young. I took dance classes.
Nice.
And one year our dance company decided we're going to do every single performance is to a Beatles song. So I had to do like a hip hop dance to Baby You Can Drive My Car, which doesn't really work all that well.
That song's hip hop though.
But I've listened to lots of Beatles songs. It's not necessarily my style, but I respect the Beatles for who the Beatles are and what they've done.
Drive My Car is one of those songs though, and I don't know if I have a playlist of this or I just have like one mentally in my head where like it was before hip hop existed and some motherfuckers just made hip hop. Like Rock the Casbah is the biggest one, where like there was no discussion when the Clash were making that song where they were like, we're making hip hop right now. Like this song is a fucking hip hop. So like Will Smith ended up sampling it, so no bigger hip hop artist.
I feel like if I wanted to start a conversation about what you deem to be hip hop, we'd have a 3-hour long show.
Of what one deems to be hip hop, or what I deem to be hip hop.
What you deem to be hip hop, or just like what hip hop is in general.
I would fuck it. You don't want to have that conversation, man. I would.
I don't want to be here for
Oh,
that.
well,
I don't want
yeah,
to be
you
here
would
for
have
that
a tough-
conversation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because
I wouldn't be
feel like,
talking down to you, but like I would just have a lot of. I'd want to hit a lot of different topics.
yes, and then I would be like,
It's a feel thing, brother.
yeah, basically, yeah. I don't think it would be a very productive conversation. Is kind of my point.
All right, I'd have a lot of fun with it. You
I
would,
think I think
you'd
I think
jump
I
out
would,
the window. But
I think I would have. I mean, I guess it depends. Unless you were like, I guess it depends on what your take is, I suppose. But I
Yeah.
think I would have fun. I love talking about music.
it's the best. All right, Pete. I have a question before we get to what's on the show. Why is
why is he
Austin
throwing
Matthews
ass?
throwing it back
I
right
don't-
now? Was that I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
I definitely.
So
I
break
def-
in and turn
I
Austin
definitely
Matthews
did
around
that.
to be throwing ass on our set.
Maybe I
Yes, awesome.
maybe I did yesterday unconsciously, but I don't know. Sorry.
What the chat says? White guy tells black guy he knows hip hop.
So that's what I was gonna bring
Old
up.
guy
I
tells
don't-
young
yeah.
guy he knows hip hop.
I was gonna make that joke, not necessarily like that, but I'm like, if we were having these conversations in the streets, I would just be like,
Be like, okay, Unc,
yeah. I probably wouldn't say unk.
I
but-
get smoked.
Yeah. I mean, there's also like parts of, depending on where you are, like Atlanta, they think Future's the greatest musician of all time.
Chat saying Pete's silence is noted. That has nothing to do with the hip hop element. It has to do with the music element, because anytime there's a music discussion on the show, I am typically pretty quiet. I know nothing about music. At least
He's
like
more of a player than a discusser.
yeah,
It's like
I
Jim with
suppose.
soccer in the office.
I mean, I'm the kind of person too that like, Drake's been my most listened to artist for the last 7 years. So ultimately, what's good music isn't going to determine my music taste.
yeah,
I can
So-
have discussions.
good, and it fucking shouldn't.
Yeah.
I can have discussions about music and musicians if we're talking about like things that have happened.
Yeah.
Or
things that are going to happen. Perhaps.
exactly. And that is a foreshadowing of today's episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a good thing that we dicked around with music for a little bit because
we're not
we
gonna do
are
that.
hitting a lot of music on today's show. Pete, tell the folks what we'll be doing.
Today on the show, who is role model?
It's that guy.
It's that
If you
guy.
watch it on YouTube,
Problem
it's that guy.
solved. Let's talk Beatles more.
Role model will be performing at the 2026 Winter Classic in a few weeks. And to be honest, we had no fucking clue who that guy was. So rather than complain about it and be like, well, the NHL's booking people that we have no idea about, we did some fucking research. And if you don't know who Role Model is, we're going to tell you about him.
I feel like Pete did some research.
I did some research.
Did you? I thought you were.
I did work. Pete did research.
Okay.
Both are very useful. I think
Definitely.
Pete's research might end up telling us a little more.
We both contributed to the discussion.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone in the chat says that, where is it? Pete famously can't hear music because he has teeny tiny ears. That's the only Pete short joke I will endorse.
That's one that I've never heard before, so I appreciate it.
It's funny you say that. My sisters have made fun of me my entire life for having small ears.
Ooh, I used to be the big ears kid, and then like my whole body grew and my nose started doing its thing, and people didn't have shit to say about the ears. Okay, big news in
Wait, you only got through one topic today, and what chaos? We're also going to do a Cy Young watch. We're going to do grinding. What's grinding?
That's what
Austin Matthews looked like he wanted to be doing that.
Shake that ass, Austin.
Wait, what? What is grinding?
Austin was throwing ass. It's depending on, I don't know what the exact context is, but grinding in certain contexts is throwing ass.
You don't know what grinding
That's
is?
what
I do know
song.
that
Shane Hollander was doing.
Let me tell you about hip hop. It's a clip song.
Shane Hollander was doing with Rose and her friend was grinding.
I'm more asking what grinding is in relation to today on the show.
I got it. Once I actually thought about it. What are things that you grind famously?
Gears?
Yes.
Next, keep going.
You're getting
Teeth?
there. Yes.
Keep going. TMJ watch.
Something people often have to grind.
Axes to grind. Okay. There we go. There's axe talk later in the show. And then finally, to Bruins-Oilers game day, which is very, very big and important for today's show.
Okay, breaking news in the NHL. The NHL has announced that singer-songwriter Role Model will headline the entertainment for the 2026 Discover NHL Winter Classic, the historic outdoor game featuring the two-time defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, hosting the New York Rangers at Lone Depot Park in Miami on January 2nd, 2026. That is a picture of Role Model, and we need to ask the question, who are we looking at here? Who is Role Model? I don't know who that is, and we are not the type that when we don't know someone to say, stupid NHL, missing it again. I don't know who that is. Make it all about me. No. We learn. You get good at things. You get smart by putting in the work, putting the elbow grease. Talked to Johnny Laz the other day, and I was like, you know who's awesome at interviewing? You, because you're putting in your fucking 10,000 hours. Way to go, buddy. We need to follow the Laz model. Learn. Put in the effort. Eat the pasta. Get in the gym. Break a sweat. Practice our game. Know about Role Model. Pete, what do you have?
Yeah, I did a little bit of research. His real name is Tucker Pillsbury. So we're off to a bad start
Off to a
here.
horrible start.
Off to a very bad start because when the first thing I learn about you is that your stage name is way less cool than your actual name, it's tough not to judge.
See, this motherfucker doesn't look like a Tucker or a Pillsbury. First off, secondly,
Throw him back up for me.
You can't be. If you go by Pillsbury, then you end up becoming the NHL Stanley Cup. And you're just like people are gonna look you up and it's gonna be like, oh, the Doughboy's making music now.
What's the?
He looks like a Tucker.
It's a bad picture.
Was not prepared for the cowboy hat.
Was not prepared for the having the zipper so close to his lips he might cut his lips. What's he doing? Why did he zip it up all the way like that?
That is
What's
the
he hiding from?
Liam Gallagher.
He's cold.
Effect.
There's ice.
That's true.
Liam Gallagher would be doing a way bigger jacket, and he would not have that posture. Liam Gallagher is just straight up big ass jacket, no cowboy hat.
Old Doughboy here is 28 years old. He is an American singer-songwriter and former rapper from Cape Elizabeth, Maine.
Wow!
Cape Elizabeth, Maine. Churning out white boy rappers turn American singer-songwriters.
I have probably hung out with this young man before. Not a lot of people on Cape Elizabeth. I'm there every summer.
Fun facts. His dad's name is Rusty. Rusty Pillsbury is an incredible
Jesus
name.
fucking Christ.
Incredible name.
Hell yeah, brother.
What's his dad's resume?
I do not know.
Baker? Baker/mechanic.
Perhaps. He has type 1 diabetes. Shout out to
His
him.
dad?
Shout out.
No, Tucker.
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 Nick Jonas.
Does he have?
Which Jonas has diabetes? Are you
The young one, the youngest one.
Yeah,
That's
Nick. I don't know if you guys would have been around at this point, but like when I was a child on Disney Channel, they would run these super dramatic commercials about Nick's diabetes, and it made it seem like he was going to die like tomorrow. It was the craziest thing ever.
Chad jumped on this. He says that he was inspired by Elvis as a young boy and would often put on performances dressed as Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. This is something that is near and dear to us. He's been very, very open about his mental health struggles throughout his entire career. But his career got started because during his freshman year in college, he broke his wrist due to a skiing accident and later broke his wrist again due to a skateboarding accident. So this motherfucker is clumsy as hell.
Or he's just adventurous.
Not an athlete.
That might
Not
be
an
true.
athlete. But while he was stuck in his dorm, two of his friends left music equipment, prompting him to record several rap mixtapes while learning how to use Logic Pro. Respect. Just bored as hell in the dorm room.
Putting in the work.
Putting in the work. Love that. In early 2017, he changed his stage name to Role Model from, I believe it was originally Tucker, which is not much of a stage name when it's your actual first name.
That's a solid white boy rap name, though.
Yeah.
Then it
I like
was
Tucker better
Gillis.
than Role Model.
Shane?
I don't know.
It's already a Gillis.
Changed his stage name to Role Model and switched from rapping to singing. He self-released his debut EP, Arizona in the Summer, in December 2017 after recording it in his closet, which, got to be noted, heated rivalry's impact.
Sean, need from Eileen, very important question. Why does a broken wrist trap him in a dorm?
Yeah,
we
I
talked
mean-
about this yesterday with Ellen, where I was wondering if after Ellen's surgery, if
only
she
eat
was
soup.
like staying in bed being like, I need soup, can you bring me some tea? Your legs work. This is exactly the Ellen situation.
It's a very good question.
Well,
Hadn't
I mean,
really considered.
It does sound like he spent most of his free time prior doing like adventure extreme sports. If he's broken his wrist twice prior to that, skiing and snowboarding, so maybe he's like, I can't do my normal thing, so I don't know what else to do with my time now.
We
You
are
can go
on,
outside.
I know, but I'm just saying maybe he doesn't know what to do outside.
We are on Role Model injury watch because as someone noted in the chat, hey, let's take the clumsiest guy and toss him on the ice. What could go wrong? I don't love that.
Well, no, this is the ideal situation because he won't have to be on the ice because there's like a whole outfield for him to be on.
Oh, true. But if he were on the ice and he falls down, no one will be like, ha, you're clumsy. They'd be like, oh, he slipped on the ice. People slip on the ice. And he'd be
probably,
like,
yeah.
these motherfuckers don't know. I was going to slip whether I was on the ice or not. It's just what I do. Barack Obama voice.
There's no way this is true.
Shout out to Mac Miller because Mac Miller invited him to LA after the release of his debut EP.
R.I.P. to go.
And he cites him as one of his biggest influences. He was also in a relationship with social media personality and model Emma Chamberlain. They broke up in 2023.
How does Jack Harlow feel about that? Because famously, Jack Harlow tried to flirt with Emma Chamberlain on a red carpet.
That's because
famously
Emma
Jack
Chamberlain
Harlow-
is a woman and crossed paths with Jack Harlow one time.
I don't like the stink you put on that. That's because she's a human being with a heartbeat.
Yes.
That
Well,
cross paths with
okay,
Jack Harlow.
fair.
Jack Harlow will flirt with a tree if given the opportunity.
Remember when he tried to flirt with Saweetie? It was not the best thing. He thought he was charming as hell, and she was like, sir, I have a boyfriend. Get the fuck away from me.
Role Model has opened for Lanny and Gracie Adams, which I think
Neville Baby Watch.
helped paint a picture to me of what his music may sound like. Because it should be noted, we have yet to hear any of this fellow's music. We did not. That was not part of our research.
Who he opened for? Who?
Lanny and Gracie Abrams.
I've heard the name Gracie Abrams.
Okay.
Gracie Abrams
Country?
is a Nepo baby.
Country?
No, Gracie
pop.
Abrams is the one that has that song that sounds like it's trying to be Taylor Swift, where like, damn, shout out to you. Don't try to be Taylor Swift. You're already better than Taylor Swift. Just do whatever you're going to do anyway. It'll probably be better. She does the ones like, that's my life. That's my life. You know that one?
Maybe.
It's just very like,
I don't know. I feel like it could very easily fall into a brand of pop music that just kind of all blends together for me.
I had a massive Lanny kick in like my mid-20s, and I was very, very big into like their Malibu Nights album and stuff before that. And yes, noted
Famously.
ex of Dua Lipa.
famously.
Which explains why all those songs are so sad.
What is
I would be
going on?
very, very sad if I was a noted ex of Dua Lipa as well.
So famously,
I would be sad, but you wouldn't know about it because I wouldn't be in public anymore.
But also, like, you did date Dua Lipa. That's pretty cool.
I would agree.
Pretty cool.
someone says Planet Fitness music, ? Planet Fitness music, I say this endearingly of Lanny.
I'm upper middle class. I don't know what Planet Fitness is.
You could hear some Lanny at a Planet Fitness.
Pete likes to grunt in the gym.
That's right.
Yeah, no
He
one
likes
lunk
to drop
alarm.
his weights.
The presence of a lunk alarm is enough to scare me away. Here's a really, really fucking fun one. Role Model will star in Netflix and Lena Dunham's rom-com Good Sex, starring Natalie Portman and Mark Ruffalo, coming out in 2027.
Hey.
I didn't know Lena Dunham was still like around.
Yeah, she did the show. I think it was called. Was it called Too Much? Yes, Too Much. In which Megan Stalter, I believe, from Hacks, plays a Lena Dunham inspired character, and it's about when she moved across the pond and met her lovely love.
No, thank
and
you.
I watched, I'd say 2/3 of the first season, and I was okay tapping out.
I know what I know about Lena Dunham, and I don't need to know more.
Okay. She sent back a dog, famously. If you don't know who Lena Dunham is, she's a noted Jack Antonoff associator and sent back a dog. 2 strikes.
Final note that I have on Role Model is he was the guest on Saturday Night Live, and he does this song called Sally When the Wine Runs Out.
Oh,
and
we're going to see it. We're going to see it soon.
Okay. And when he performs that live, he has like a guest dancer come out. He does that thing where like you have a surprise guest who comes out on stage, and during the Saturday Night Live
And then he arrests them
performance,
for being too hot.
That's right. During the Saturday Night Live performance, Charlie XCX was the guest Sally.
Wow.
Other guest Sallys have included Renee Rapp, Dylan Minette, and Jake Shane.
So is he doing like a little bit of like what's it? Sabrina Carpenter, like
That's what I
arrested
said.
celebrity?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring out somebody, arrest them for being too hot, which it's not arrest people based on their looks, folks. Feel like got a pretty terrible history of that in this country, so let's try to avoid doing that. Sabrina, maybe you be a better role model yourself for the young policemen and women out there. Thank you very much. Now, as Pete said, we have not heard Role Model's music, so we wanted to play some of it on the show so we can get a feel for what music this guy makes. Unfortunately, if we just straight up played his music, we would get in trouble on YouTube and I believe on all the podcast streaming services. So we found a clever workaround. We are going to show Role Model music videos. We cannot play the actual music in it, but we're able to watch the music videos. And while we're watching it, just because we have audio listeners as well, we put in some royalty-free music that will play during it. So
I don't have.
you don't have either of them?
Nope.
Let me hold on.
Uh-oh.
It'll be but a second.
Okay.
I'll send these now and then share.
In the meantime, chat, go ahead and drop your funnest Role Model facts in the chat.
Yes.
We're still in discovery mode, so
Yes.
it's very important.
All right, Sean is receiving them now, so I will finish my explanation. We're going to show the music videos. We cannot have the audio because we would get in trouble with YouTube or any of the podcast services. So we're going to show the music video without the songs, but so it's just not like completely quiet. We're going to put in some royalty-free music. So you'll see the music video and you'll hear music, but it's important to keep in mind while you're watching this music video that this music is not the music of Role Model. It's just there as kind of a placeholder. I think that's easy enough to understand. Sean, do you have them? Could you play the first one? I'll set it up. This song is called Sally When the Wine Runs Out. This video was posted 9 months ago and has 9.4 million views, which frankly, we get that with half a Heated Rivalry episode, but you got to start somewhere.
Can I say that's good to know that it has 9.4 million views, because in the press release released by the NHL, they cited a number where on his last tour, they said that he sold over 90,000 tickets on a worldwide global tour.
If it was a club show, if it was club shows, that's awesome.
I feel like you don't need to.
It's just
when you add the global tour part to it, it makes it sound like it should be significantly larger.
Makes it sound like you're doing 200 dates a year.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like if you
the venue that he's playing at is like half the amount of tickets sold on his global tour
in this one. But yeah, like DJ said, if he had like 15 stops and he's doing clubs or something like that, that's pretty successful. But it doesn't sound as impressive as they intended it to.
Yes.
I
All right, Sean. Now I mixed the music relatively low, so if you could leave our mics up so we can react as we watch these, I'd really appreciate that. Let's kick it off with Sally when the wine runs out. And again, this song is not actually that song. This is just the music video, and what you'll be hearing is royalty-free music. Sean, take it away. So we open with a
Sally's cup.
Swig.
A swig cup.
Reference. Well, it says Sally's, but it is
Interesting. All right, so he's strolling through the mall, plugged in headphones.
This looks like a either a prank video.
Oh, he's hitting that.
Yeah,
he's
this looks like
Impractical Jokers.
Practical Jokers, yeah. Or
YouTube is now suggesting, by the way, that we catch a Finn Wolfhard video. We're going to skip that. We're going to keep checking out this music video. Again, not this song, while very nice, is not Sally when the wine runs out.
It seems like a very low effort music video.
I just went to go to
the mall.
It's very high quality, but when people make kind of homemade music videos, a big thing they'll do is like they'll play the song on their iPad and they'll have on the iPhone, have the headphones, sing along to it, and then there's that. That's way too high production. The production quality is way too good to be giving off that.
Yeah.
I'm just making a kind of homemade thing.
I don't ever want to hear one of his songs.
I kind of like that song, though.
Yeah,
What do we think of
the royalty-free one?
So what do we think of this song, Sally, when the wine runs out, based on the music video?
Oh, like the actual
try to
song?
not get distracted. But yeah, that was
I'm
not.
I'm
that
distracted
was not,
by how good the royalty-free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that was just a placeholder. We're not trying to confuse anybody, but you got to get that song out of your fucking head.
I mean, it's got to be a dancey song. That's what we know, because he's dancing in a public place. That suggests that the song is so catchy that you can't help but dance no matter where you are.
I'm curious what this song is, because I don't understand the description of him like arresting people or whatever, or like bringing people, like there being different Sallys, made it sound like it was going to be some kind of like maybe romance or something ish vibe to the song, and that just looks like he's like, I'm happy alone, is kind of the vibe I got from that.
Okay, let's get into the next one. This song is called Scumbag by Role Model. It was released, it premiered on YouTube on July 19th, 2024, and it has 1.1 million views. Now, a little heads up here as you check this out. This is just the music video. The music that you're going to be hearing, that's royalty-free stuff that we just put in so you could just kind of wet the beak a little bit. You see a music video, you want to get a little some music, but we cannot stress enough, the song that you will hear is not Scumbag by Role Model. Sean, hit it, buddy. All right, we got him on it. Oh, so back of the truck. So we're getting some country vibes, maybe.
Like this could not be.
He's got the boys with him.
This is a polar opposite vibe as to the video that we
Finn
just saw.
Wolfhard.
Fucking duck hunting now? Like, what is happening?
It's saying to check out that Finn Wolfhard music video again. We got him run through a field.
I feel like this guy cosplays as country.
Yeah, I mean, this is big time country vibes. Oh, cigarette in the mouth.
Ooh.
But like,
Does he drink coffee though?
A lot of tattoos, not a lot of flow with those tattoos.
but the like, I agree that it's mostly kind of cosplaying country, but there's also parts of it that look like an American Eagle commercial.
Yeah.
Squad's getting in the back of the truck, and now I'm running in an ill-fitting, probably too small T-shirt through a field of grass. America's awesome, isn't it?
Now, pardon me.
I'm confused.
Same. I was thoroughly confused.
I was quite taken with the royalty-free song there.
Yeah.
That one sounds like a hit. I'm sure, shout out to Role Model. I'm sure Scumbag is really good. I'm going to be checking that one out later. But vibes off that, I'm with you too. What's he doing?
I'm very confused.
He's walking through them, but the first one I'm getting a little Benson Boone off him.
The first one I got like a lot of like TikTok energy.
Yes, yeah.
TikTok song energy, and I think that would align with some of these some of the artists that he's open for, and sort of the fact that he's gotten the 2026 Winter Classic. I feel like you got to kind of have a cultural foothold in the TikTok space, but that looks a little folky, country. I don't know where they meet.
I will say last year's Winter Classic.
Role model has great genes, says Young Grady.
Last year's Winter Classic was Chance the motherfucking Rapper.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Like Grammy winning. And when I looked up pictures of this guy, he's at least been to the Grammys at some point, so good for him.
Nice.
But like Chance is, I would argue, objectively a significantly bigger artist than this guy. Maybe it's just a massive blind spot for me and they're equals. But.
Chat is heavily accusing Role Model of cultural appropriation because the song that played there, per the chat, is a song called La Cucaracha, which is a traditional Mexican folk song, a corrido, if you will. So they're saying that that's cultural appropriation for him. I understand your confusion, but I need to stress that had nothing to do with him. We dropped that one in because we just kind of picked a royalty-free song
also,
at random.
There's white Mexicans. Like, Mexico's diverse.
I don't know, but Sean being... Let's not get political, Sean.
I mean, it's true.
I'm confused as to like none of those vibes that we got from either side, the pop or the folky country. And somebody said that it's kind of like Lanny and Noah Khan meeting halfway, and that's kind of where I would land based off of what we just saw. Neither one of those sides would suggest Miami, which is where this Winter Classic is being played.
That's the other thing, is like I feel like traditionally they've done a good job at being like, we're gonna get a big local artist.
Where's
can't
Pitbull,
get
brother?
Pitbull? Like Will Smith can't hop back out. He shows
Miami
up every once in a while. Oh, dude, that would
Will
rock.
Smith is probably gun shy of signing up
where people fight.
Where people fight.
Yes.
I mean,
But I mean, he showed he can do it.
yeah, I know. He's one for one.
He does have a tough chin.
Punch
He's got a hockey fights page.
Wait, he's not the one who got.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
punched.
don't
Never
know,
mind.
but he's one for one. Punches thrown, punches landed, significant strikes. He can do it.
All right. Well, I think we've learned a lot about Role Model. So, are we thumbs up on Role Model playing the Winter Classic?
Yes, I'm interested.
Jury's still out for me. I actually came away from that not having as much information as I would have liked.
Really? I mean,
Mainly, I don't know
the
what his
information
music
is
sounds
all
like.
over the place. We have a lot of information. It doesn't really help us form a case.
Wait, so when you made these little videos, did you listen to them on mute, or like did you
Yeah.
just like actually not hear any of the?
Famously, when you screen record using QuickTime,
that's right.
it does not
Yeah, you
play it
can't hear
out
it.
loud.
Yeah.
So when I dragged it into Premiere, I immediately killed that track and then off to the races.
Yeah, I would say after all of this gathering, I'm closer to being interested than I was beforehand, which I think is not the best case scenario. I'm not very interested, but I'm at least a little interested.
I think we've done a good thing here.
Yeah, and if it wasn't abundantly clear, today is a very slow hockey day.
Yes. Yes. And as a result of that, we're going to do a Cy Young check-in. We haven't done that in a while. So, Sean, if you would throw it up, just a quick little check-in on the Cy Young. Morgan Geekie leading the way, 21-13. Seth Jarvis, I feel like, was not in the mix last time we were doing Cy Young checks, right?
No, I don't. He was not. He was not on the last version of this graphic. I would
19 and
argue 8. Seth Jarvis is more of a better Cy Young candidate. Than
I
Morgan
think
Geekie.
so too. This is just all kind of off of fields. I think 19-8 is better than 21-13. But Geekie's hit the 20 win mark.
But here's, I think, when you're projecting here, like Morgan Geekie plays with other players that score goals.
Yes.
Like David Pastrnak scores a lot. Morgan Geekie's going to get some points and assists off of that. The Carolina Hurricanes just don't stack points. They do not have high point totals. So if Seth Jarvis is scoring goals, there's a good chance that his goal totals is going to climb while the assists don't.
Now, got to do a check-in on your guy Kiefer Sherwood because obviously he was lighting the league on fire. He has, but let's see, 1 goal and 3 assists. That's really throwing off his shit in his last 13 games. And shout out Morgan Geekie. We talked about him being regression proof. He was supposed to regress after having a high shooting percentage. Mm-hmm. No such thing. Kiefer Sherwood, way falling off as far as that's concerned. 13 games ago, he was 12-1. That's some like Cy Young winning shit.
Yeah.
Now he's not scoring goals. He's racking up assists. What happened to your boy?
He needs to be rescued. That's what happens, man. Like he's on a team that is just coming apart at the seams.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Well, kind of.
I think that the Kiefer Sherwood book is that he needs to be a supplementary piece, and he needs to rise above the moderate expectations that are set for him. When he gets out and scores 12 goals to start the season in like the first month and a half, you're changing your expectations to him being like your star.
Yeah.
And now that's not where he wants to be. So I think that he needs to get traded to a place where he can kind of fit into the mix more in the middle rather than be a star.
CCTV. This is the best episode we've done because the chat is a fucking wreck right now. They're all over the place. CCTV says 1-3 in his last 13. His mind. Now we're officially doing a brunch episode where we're making everything about the number 13 and Taylor Swift.
That's right.
Very, very good. And then to wrap it up, you got who's rounding it out? We got Stammer on there, Sean, right? The Stamkos of the hockey. Not to be confused with Corey Wong, the Stamkos of the Strat. Stamkos is 12-5. Not bad adding a Cy Young candidate. I mean, the Brewers did it back in the day, and they just ran CC Sabathia into the ground. Shout out, I think it was 2006, 2007. Best year of baseball I ever watched. And then Bo Horvat, 19-12. I like it for our Islanders, but Morgan Geekie, is this what kind of weird? Because you've been such a Morgan Geekie stocks guy,
Yeah.
but now it's almost like if you liked Tim Robinson before I Think You Should Leave came out, where you're like, this fucking rocks. I love this guy. But also you're like, damn, I'll be honest. I never thought it was going to be like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to complain when he plays for my favorite team, right? Like, it's easier to be like, I wish that he was just for me when he plays for somebody else's team. Whereas, like, when he plays for the Bruins, like, the Bruins are winning games because of Morgan Geekie. So it's all coming up Pete. And I could not be happier about it. I feel like you got to exclude Bo Horvat from this list because Cy Young candidate with like 2 numbers in the teens, I feel like there has to be a split where like the first number is classified differently than the second number.
Well,
I agree with that. Like, you got to be like 30 and 30
double
and
digit
18
and single
is okay.
digit, or
Yeah.
20 and teen, or 20 and whatever.
That's a good rule.
First off, I did have a typo on there. Geeky has 24-13, not 21-13. So
Yeah,
he's
disrespect.
a little more clearly in the
okay.
in the lead.
I
of that
can't
race.
blame you for not being able to keep up with how many goals
Yes.
Morgan Geekie has, though.
And alternatively, he's also kind of in the same situation as Bo Horvat. Like,
What do you mean?
double digit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like Geekie has 20 plus, and then the assists are in the teens.
Yeah, I guess.
Whereas Horvat's in the teens and in the teens.
Yeah, knowing that Geeky has 24 makes it a little bigger of a gap.
We
but-
can agree though that Steven Stamkos would be the saddest Cy Young winner, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like he's just showing up, collecting his goals, and nothing else is happening around him.
Yeah. Bummer. On the subject of bummers, we have an update. Yesterday, we told you about the Seattle Kraken having lost their 9th game in 10 games and restricting the access in their post-game presser. They had a home game yet, per Sound of Hockey. Sound of Hockey posted a video and said Lane Lambert had a 1-minute post-game press conference at home. Only a team reporter was allowed to ask questions, and we couldn't get confirmation on it. We were asking around. People from other shows were reaching out to us being like, hey, do you know anything about this? Because like, this is a huge, huge story.
Mm-hmm.
If it's true, we don't know if it's true. It is true. The Seattle Kraken have confirmed, and Darren Brown from Sound of Hockey had a post on there. Check him out. It's a very good piece in which he speaks to someone from the Kraken, but Bob Condor, the editor-in-chief of the Kraken's official website, was the only person at the press conference allowed to ask questions. Before Lambert had entered the room, writes Brown, Condor spoke with several reporters in attendance and asked which questions they want him to ask, noting that he'd been informed by other team staffers that he would ask all of the questions. And a quote from the Kraken employee, last night after the game, the questions that were posed to Lane during the press conference were, I guess you want to call it, funneled through Bob, who writes for the Kraken, and other reporters weren't given the chance to ask questions in that moment, as you personally experienced. Oof. Now, one more thing I'll note. Although, according to the Kraken Communications Department, the decision was made independently by them, not Lane Lambert, and that the organization maintains Lambert was unaware of the altered plan for the availability. This might not be the most interesting thing to people who have not been in the media before, but this is fucked and so bad. At least like they're
So
calling
unnecessary.
around being like, sorry that happened, but
Yeah, I mean, like, good on them for not walking through the house with shit on their shoes, but they still fucking stepped in shit and, like, they stink. Like, that's it. This is so unnecessary, and now the Kraken, in addition to being a very bad hockey team as of late, look like messy bitches who can't get out of their own way. And again, like, as pointed out yesterday, the fact that it came after the Colorado Avalanche game where really no shame in hanging your head to putting forth a very competitive game against the best team in hockey. Weird thing to do. Just go out of your way to step in shit.
horrible, horrible. We went into the season being like, we need good shit to happen to the Kraken because the shine of the new franchise thing is kind of worn off.
It is officially off. It's not only the shine is not only off, the car is starting to rust.
Yes, it's somehow gotten so much worse. Oh my God. Access, I said this yesterday, so I won't repeat myself too much, but like access is getting worse with everything. Certainly more important things than covering hockey. But for a team to just straight up say no one's allowed to ask questions is fucking horrible. And you want to talk about like grow the game, make hockey like as accessible for everyone as possible. Doing fucking state media shit, horrible. Bad luck.
And for a team that like is really, really looking for an identity and to establish an identity in the National Hockey League, this is not the identity you want. They're going in the wrong direction here, which sucks because there was a lot of excitement around the Seattle Kraken when in the first couple of years, and they have not done a lot of correct things.
Even worse for the Kraken, by the way. We don't have the picture, I don't believe, but this is a little today in Sharks. The Kraken were misidentified. Did you see the scoreboard?
I did see that. The Seattle Mammoth.
They said that the Colorado Avalanche were playing the Seattle Mammoth.
That just goes to show that identity stinks, brother. People are getting it wrong.
It's no good. You are identityless.
Yeah, you have no identity. Even teams in the National Hockey League do not know who you are.
All right, we need to do a post-game prize watch. I don't really have a term for this. Do you know what we should call it? The post-game thing, when a team wins, they give out a player of the game token, and that's worn, brandished, depending on what it is. And then they say, thanks, guys. Maybe there's a little speech, and that's that.
Post-game pageantry?
Post-game pageantry watch, okay? And it's alliterative, which is very nice on your part. So we've discussed these. A lot of them are typically belts, and that's lame. But you're getting some cool shit. We're trying to figure out, like the Sharks have kind of like a hula hoop adjacent thing that they wear. And the Sabres had a sword, but they took it away because Alex Lyon was way too casual about it, just swinging a sword around. That's a bummer. But last night, Thatcher Demko shut out the Rangers and received player of the game from his teammates, which means he got ... an axe? What are we looking at here?
That's crazy.
Does that have to be a real axe for it to be cool?
Yes.
I would agree.
But I don't know if there's a locker room that I
This was 2 days
trust.
ago, by the way, my bad.
I don't know if there's a locker room that I trust less to have an axe in it than the one where two players hated each other so much that they had to be dismissed from the team.
Yeah, you
year.
have to separate. You can't introduce weapons to a team with that
You
with such bad
cannot.
vibes. Now, I do have to ask. I know it's not good that it's now a lot more dangerous, but are the Canucks back? Because it's cool as hell that they have an axe. And Thatcher Demko has gone cuckoo banana pants since he got back from injury and has been really good, 980 save percentage since the Quinn Hughes trade. Was Quinn Hughes a Thatcher Demko merchant?
It's fair to ask the question. The Canucks, I would say, like, vibes are trending in the right direction. That's for sure. Quinn Hughes has been removed. The cancer is gone. But I just think that now they're allowed to move on.
Yeah.
Whether that's good or bad, I think it's better than being stuck in a holding pattern that isn't going to hold for very long.
Tonight is a very big night. Do you know why that is, boys?
It's Oilers-Bruins game.
It's Oilers-Bruins game. So good. We've had some real fun times over the years with Oilers-Bruins. Last year, first of all, Oilers, we'll talk about this a little bit with Sports Interaction. Oilers have definitely had the better of the Bruins in these sort of nights, but it's a great thing because you get to go see the Oil Boys up close in person. My girlfriend has never seen Connor McDavid before. She's finally going to see him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We dragged her ass to Alberta so she could watch Calvin Pickard when
Oh,
Stu
don't you
is hurt.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
can't
we
do
got
that.
the return of Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah, no, that
hitting
game was
50
the
goals,
best.
like
That game
overtime
was-
winner in the Battle of Alberta.
That game was
She
the
did not
best.
get to see Connor McDavid, but she got a fucking show.
That game was...
She got to see the best player on the Oilers last year.
Yeah, true.
Yes, that game was the fucking best. Draisaitl ties it late, wins it in overtime, which 2 years ago, Bruins-Oilers here, amazing game. Was 1-0 the whole way. I believe Zacha scored for the Bruins. They are going to beat the Bruins 1-0 until Danton Heinen depositing that empty netter. Remember Ryan Nugent-Hopkins chased him the fuck down, broke it up. Draisaitl scores with a minute left, ties the game. Oilers win in overtime on a Draisaitl goal. It's just what he does. That was also a great game because we were trying to remember who did it. But somebody pushed Jake DeBrusk's head into the crease and was kind of having him splash around. And Sean was yelling, splash around in here. And it fucking rocked. I think it was Evan Bouchard.
I think so.
Tough
Those two
look.
are perfect
Tough
for
look.
each
It's more. It's,
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't, it's fun to believe it was.
It makes, yeah, it's definitely the coolest possibility.
I need to put out a call to all my Bruins fans. Got to give Trent Frederick the loudest ovation that you possibly can when they throw up his tribute video during break, because boy, does that fella need it. He
Yeah.
really needs some positivity in his life. So please hammer the cheers and the claps for Trent Frederick's return, even if you're glad that he is no longer on the team.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a thing the other day. It's like the Oilers are going to be really aggressive in trying to get a forward at the deadline. And I'm like, fuck, well, yeah.
How could that go wrong?
No, I wasn't thinking that. I was like, well, like, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Deadline, the forward they got at the deadline last year, who I was all in. I was saying, I was like, it'll never happen, but they got to get Trent Frederick. That would be so cool. Gives him some snarl, even if he's not going to score 1 million goals. Didn't see it going this bad so far, but who knows? Maybe being back in Boston will wake him up. And then last year, when you and I went to Bruins Oilers, the Bruins did not score a goal in that game. They were shut out 4-0, and it was because the reason they didn't score a goal is because when Nikita Zadorov had a partial break, he decided to run over Stu Skinner instead. Worst part about that, though, remember Stu technically didn't get a shutout?
Yeah, because he had to be removed for like
Concussion slotting, I think?
Yeah, and he was gone. Did he come back in the game after that?
Yes, he came
So
back-
he missed like 90 seconds and didn't get a shutout because he didn't play the full game.
Yeah, bad behavior. But at the beginning of the second period, remember, Zadorov came over and was like, hey, buddy, I don't know what happened. My bad. What are you getting?
Victor Arvidsson return tonight?
Oh. Yeah, Victor Arvidsson revenge game.
Yeah, but he hasn't.
If he's playing,
yeah,
yeah.
right. But he hasn't been in the lineup. Talking about return.
I mean, if they had Arvidsson jerseys there, I would get it. But I'm doing Draisaitl Team Europe.
Damn it! A Arvidsson revenge game goal would go crazy.
I mean, we can do this before no one says we have to do it during the slate, so let's just bang it out now. And this will be brought to you by Sports Interaction. Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook. Sports Interaction, Ontario only, 18 plus. Please play responsibly. Oilers have beaten the Bruins the last 5 times the teams have met in Boston. Now, Boston might be getting a little stronger. They have Victor Arvidsson seemingly coming back. I get the Oilers win these games, but the Bruins are home dogs. That doesn't sit right with me.
Doesn't sit right with me.
So I think we're
Only one of these teams has been a good team for the majority of the season.
Yeah, and I've been I'm leaning Oilers tonight, but I'm also well aware that we have been wrong on a lot of these. So if I'm leaning Oilers and the Bruins are home dogs, I think we have to go Bruins home dogs plus 115 money line.
I like that.
Yeah?
I like it. Home dogs? Hell yeah.
Oh, wait. There's conflicting reports on Arvidsson. What do we get on Arvidsson?
Yeah, no, he was skating this morning. I don't think there's been an official activation of any sort. I'm not seeing anything.
It'd be very. I mean, if I got my guys back, if I got that line back,
I know. You got it.
Stat.
I'd love it, but
Zaka.
I don't know. We don't have any confirmation that he's playing. So
we're still gonna go Boston money line because it's just a little ridiculous that they're home dogs. So that's that, and it is brought to you by Sports Interaction, because every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Sean, would you give me the slate, my friend?
Yep.
Amazing. Okay, you got the Bruins hosting the Oilers at 7 p.m. Eastern. You got the Blackhawks at the Habs at 7, Penguins Senators at 7, Kings Lightning at 7, Maple Leafs at Capitals, 7 p.m. Eastern, United States and Canada. Minnesota Wild take on the Blue Jackets at 7 on ESPN+. Plus, you can get the Flyers at the Sabres, 7:30. That's a big one. It's the first day of the rest of your life, boys. Rangers at Blues at 8. Then at 9, you got the you got the Kraken visiting the Flames. And these Stars for the Tuck at the Sharks.
great tuck.
This is a very good slate.
No, it's not.
It's not a very good slate?
No, I feel like we've got the fucking lizard hammering 7.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Bad
7,
structure, bad
7.
structure.
Structure stinks.
Bad structure, risk or revenge game, though. And
Yeah, I mean, Blackhawks, Canadians loses a little bit of steam without Bedard.
Agree.
But yeah, I mean, Wild at Blue Jackets is fun. Yeah, that's a Dean Evison revenge game.
there's only like one game. No, I'm sorry. No, there's one game I'm straight up not watching here.
There's 2. I'm straight up.
Actually,
not
there's 2
watching.
I'm straight up not watching.
Kraken Flames,
Kraken
fuck that.
Flames.
I'm watching Kraken Flames.
Oh, Rangers.
I'm keeping an
Blues.
eye on the Kraken. I am not watching Rangers Blues. I am also not watching, this one's a little out there, I'm not watching Leafs Capitals.
I was just gonna say
doesn't
that.
have a lot of juice for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've kind of been. I was a little bit of a Caps hater last year, maybe a little bit.
I'm keeping an eye on the Leafs now, especially Austin Matthews. I saw Luke Fox write an article or a column today that was like Austin Matthews' relationship with Leafs fans getting a little complicated. I did see that he kind of taunted his own home crowd after scoring when they booed them earlier in the game, which I love that behavior.
Yeah, Josh Allen chirped Bills fans for leaving earlier in the season in a game when they come back.
If the home crowd is going to boo you and you have a positive impact and you get back in the game and then you win that game, you're allowed to give it right back to them. I mean, I'm not saying either side is wrong there. You're not wrong if you're a Leafs fan for booing that team, and you're not wrong if you're a Leafs player for giving it back to them and telling them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm with that. Been a great week of shows. Thank you, everybody.
I have something for you. I don't know if you saw it. Famously, you remember how last year our friends at the Cincinnati Cyclones painted the town red?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see
I saw.
their rebrand that they have coming up?
The temporary rebrand, yeah. They're
Can
no
I
longer
interest you-
painting the town red. They are.
Can I interest you in a new freaky sex sweater? The Cincinnati Three Ways.
What?
It's one night
Yes.
only. The Cincinnati Three Ways. They have. It's representing the Cincinnati chili, so they got the.
Yeah, I love this because it's not going out of its way to because it's actually referencing
Yeah, it's a thing.
a thing.
Yep.
But they know exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
And that's a hilarious branding.
And that I like for an ECHL team. That logo rocks.
Fuck
Yeah, I'm into that. Very
it's,
good.
It's minor league hockey. It's the best.
Shout out to the Cyclones.
They always do it, whether...
Move that body like a cyclone. Move all 3 of those bodies like a cyclone, baby.
Yes, ooh la la. Thanks to everybody for hanging out all week. This has been a great week of shows, a lot of fun. Heated rivalry tomorrow. Cannot wait for that. Only 2 episodes left. What are we gonna do? Stick with us. We'll be back next week, and we've got some cool news and developments that we will be rolling out as it relates to the show that will make folks, I believe, very, very happy. So if you haven't pressed like, if you haven't pressed subscribe everywhere, make sure you do it. Anything else, Pete, before we break for the week?
No. Have a good weekend, everybody. We love you. Bye.
Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.